The Pittsburgh Steelers' 2025 offseason began sooner than the team had hoped, following their 28-14 loss to the Baltimore Ravens in the wild-card round of the playoffs. With the season behind them, the Steelers must now focus on addressing key weaknesses and preparing for next year in a competitive AFC North dominated by elite quarterbacks and talented rosters. Here's an in-depth look at their offseason priorities, including free agents, draft needs, and strategic moves to keep the Steelers competitive in 2025 and beyond. Key free agents to address: 1. Quarterback dilemma, Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. The Steelers face a major question at quarterback as both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are set to become free agents. Neither quarterback solidified their case as the team's future starter. Fields began the season under center but was benched after 6 games due to inconsistent performances and a lack of passing production, averaging just 110 yards per game. Wilson, who took over for the final 11 games, fared better statistically, averaging 225 yards per game. However, his struggles with intermediate throws and decision-making left doubts about whether he is the long-term answer. The Steelers must decide whether to re-sign one of the two or look elsewhere for an upgrade. The team's lack of depth at quarterback leaves them little choice but to address the position either in free agency, via trade, or in the draft. 2. Donte Jackson. Cornerback Donte Jackson was a bright spot on defense, recording a career-high 5 interceptions and allowing just a 59% completion rate when targeted. As a complement to Joey Porter Jr., Jackson was a key contributor to the Steelers' secondary. Retaining him should be a priority, though his strong season may drive up his market value. 3. Najee Harris. Running back Najee Harris remains a consistent performer, becoming the 3rd player in 20 years to eclipse 1,000 rushing yards in each of his first 4 seasons. However, his 3.9 career yards per carry raises questions about his efficiency, and he will turn 27 before the 2025 season. While Harris has been a durable and dependable option, the Steelers must decide whether to commit to him long-term or begin planning for a future at the position. 3 moves Pittsburgh must make. 1. Solve the quarterback issue. The Steelers are in a division stacked with elite quarterbacks, including Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. To compete, Pittsburgh must find a solution at quarterback, whether it's re-signing one of their current QBs, signing a veteran in free agency, or drafting a young prospect. While Fields offers more upside, Wilson's experience gives him a higher floor. If neither is deemed a viable option, Pittsburgh may need to explore trade targets or invest in a rookie signal caller with a high ceiling. 2. Strengthen the offensive line. Injuries wreaked havoc on the Steelers' offensive line in 2024, with 4 linemen landing on injured reserve, including rookie first-round pick Troy Fautanu. While Zach Frazier provided stability at center, the lack of continuity and depth hindered both the passing and running games. Upgrading the line will be critical, whether through the draft or free agency. Consistency and versatility are key attributes the Steelers should prioritize. 3. Add playmakers at wide receiver. The Steelers' receiving core was overly reliant on George Pickens, who was the only wideout to record more than 36 receptions in 2024. While Pickens established himself as a star, Pittsburgh lacked a reliable secondary option at receiver. The team must add a dynamic playmaker to complement Pickens and take pressure off tight end Pat Freiermuth, who was the team's 2nd most dependable target. Draft needs. The Steelers currently have 8 draft picks in 2025, including selections in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd rounds. Their most pressing needs are: 1. Wide receiver. With a deep draft class at the position, the Steelers have an opportunity to select a talented pass catcher early. They need someone who can provide immediate impact and stretch the field or work the slot effectively. 2. Offensive line. The Steelers must invest in young, versatile linemen who can protect their quarterback and open lanes for the running game. Upgrading at both tackle and guard should be a priority. 3. Defensive line. While the Steelers have stars like T.J. Watt on the edge, their interior defensive line struggled with consistency. Adding youth and athleticism up front would bolster their run defense and pass rushing capabilities. Strategic offseason moves. 1. Target a veteran quarterback. If neither Fields nor Wilson is re-signed, the Steelers should consider pursuing a steady veteran option, such as Kirk Cousins or Ryan Tannehill. This would provide stability while the team grooms a younger quarterback. 2. Draft a game-changing wide receiver. The Steelers should use their first-round pick to add a dynamic wideout to pair with Pickens. Players like Ohio State's Marvin Harrison Jr. or Texas's Xavier Worthy, if available, could transform the offense. 3. Bolster the defensive line. Adding depth and athleticism to their defensive front would improve Pittsburgh's ability to stop the run and generate interior pressure. Outlook for 2025. The Steelers' playoff appearance in 2024 highlighted their resilience but also exposed significant flaws that must be addressed in the offseason. Solving the quarterback dilemma, improving offensive efficiency, and shoring up the roster in key areas will determine whether Pittsburgh can remain competitive in the AFC North and make a deeper postseason run in 2025. With 8 draft picks and cap flexibility, the Steelers have the tools to take a step forward, but smart decision-making will be essential.